This episode of Geek-men and the Masters of the Thunder Nerds is brought to you by our sponsors, Super 7, Nerd Gear, SWA Sabers, and the Madness Entertainment Group. Howdy, everybody. It's another
Howdy.
episode of ADHD Theater. Thank you. Thank you. I was thirsty. Now, how's everybody been? It's hard to believe it's been another week already.
Yeah, I mean, a little traumatized by the first movie, but
how's your morning?
That's right.
Did you watch that one too with us? Or no?
Yep.
Oh.
He said we were super low, hard to hear. Right? That was the one, right?
It's the opposite. Like the movie was kind of low, so you had to turn it up, and when y'all spoke, it blew your eardrums out.
Gotcha. Well, that just meant it was extra emphasis on the syllables. You know, but hopefully we'll have that straightened out in the future. I haven't gone back to check to see if we were any better in the second one.
Yeah, it was better in the second one.
Okay.
Because I was actively muting and checking live, so it was okay.
Yeah, I'm no good at that. No. I get too confused. It's like, wait, what? So any watch anything new recently? Anything like that other than the two movies?
Why do I have to think so hard? I'm like brainwashed by all the kids shows Billy watches.
Yeah, I hear you.
I've been planning to try to watch a few things, but I have the time to, I don't think. Yeah, this week's been more busy. I gotta find more things that I'm interested in too. I'm not good at finding my genre.
The weird stuff.
That I like, for some reason, I like movies of people being like hostages and trying to escape. That's always interesting.
Okay.
It's just fun to be like, oh, am I gonna get away from this crazy person? That's just my guess.
Yeah. You might like The Housemaid then.
The Housemaid. Okay, I'll take a note of that. I'll give it a shot. Is that a show?
No, it's a movie. Saw it in the theaters a while back. Last year, something around Christmas, Thanksgiving, something like that. Yeah, it was interesting.
I don't see it being free anywhere.
Well, we can always watch it. I have access to it, so
add it to the list.
Indeed. Ghosty, what about you?
I don't think I've watched anything new this week.
Nice. Nothing new. Well, I started. Well, okay. First of all, finished Outlander, which I'm torn on.
What's that?
It's a show about a lady who ends up somehow traveling back through time.
Oh, I watched like the first episode of that.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. So, and it's been like a historical thing throughout the different seasons and stuff. So
I watched the first episode and I was like, this was definitely written for a woman.
Yeah. I can hear that. So finished watching that this week. And I'm a little torn on it because I like all the characters at this point, because I mean it's been on for 8 years or so, give or take. Maybe there was a year off because of the COVID situation and all that stuff, but regardless, it was good. So we'll see. Definitely written for a woman. In the fact that, well, I don't know, you'd think it was written for a guy with how many times they had nip slips and stuff in it. Well, not slip.
Whoop.
They just straight straight laid him out.
Laid him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that beginning scene where she's like immediately with that guy, and then she's like sitting on dusty furniture doing whatever the hell that was. I was like, the fantasy's gone for me. There's a lot of nastiness going on there on the buns.
Yeah, the magic disappears. No, it was an interesting show. Other than that, I started watching The Agency. It has pretty much insane cast. It has the Michael Fassbender from X-Men First Class. It has Richard Gere, and
I don't know if it's just me, but I can't understand you right now.
Me?
It like was all.
I think you're good.
Okay, it's back now. It was all like choppy. There.
Well, that was my voice. I'm being all choppy, but yeah, I don't know. It was an interesting show so far. Watched the first season and just started the second, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, but I don't know. No need to beat around the bush here. Let's just dive into Tusk.
Should I be closer to it? It's very hard for me to hear. It's like a little choppy for some reason again.
Me? It's good on my end, bud.
Okay. Yeah. So, Addie, what did you think about Tusk?
Okay, there. I think it just stopped being all pixel. I couldn't hear half of
that. Tusk. What did you think of it?
Yeah, I think it's good. Oh boy. Yeah.
So we'll dive into the first movie. I know you that's the one you got to watch the most of, so.
Yeah. I'm still processing whatever that was, but that was very interesting.
Yeah. It was very interesting. It's a Kevin Smith movie, if that tells you anything. And
it didn't really tell me much because I don't know what that means. Does he have other weird things?
Okay. Well, yeah, he did Clerks and hi. That's what she wanted. She was like, "Oh, you're talking without me. I need to be in the conversation." But yeah, Kevin Smith is just out there. He did Clerks 2, Clerks 3.
I think I've seen those good.
And they're okay.
Okay.
I feel the same way about them that I did this movie. So that tells you anything.
Movie black and white. What is that? Oh no.
In Clerks 1 was black and white.
We have color now, people.
Yeah, well, it was like almost like a student film type thing. So he did it on purpose, filming in black and white. So
I don't intentionally watch black and white movies if I can help it. So.
Yeah, that was why it wasn't until I saw an ad for Clerks 2 that I was like, all right, I guess I'll go back and watch the first one and see where that goes. But he's just really weird and off the wall. He also did Dogma and it was something red something or other, but anyway. It is what it is.
Made for smacking.
Ghosty, what did you think?
I'm just glad I still got my eyes because I wanted to gouge them out at one point. But I do still have my eyes. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was a good balance of humor.
It was what?
Balance of here and there. Some parts right when I was like, my eyes are.
Uh-oh.
Well, we lost her.
I mean, the only thing it did have going for it was a little bit of humor.
Yeah.
You know, it's like over the top with ridiculousness, I guess. So that was okay, but I don't know, man. It didn't really.
Oh my gosh, there we go.
I mean, I guess it was a plot. I mean,
Well, okay, so it was a plot in the sense that it started out as just two guys that were just BSing. That's why I played I let the credits continue to roll, because
right.
they were actually thinking up the movie on live on a podcast. Well, I don't think it was live, but it was on a podcast that they were talking about this movie, and it just sort of like plopped out, and they're like, "Oh, this would be so funny." And then fast forward like a year or so later, then he, got Tusk. So interesting seeing it start to finish, like the movie, and knowing where it came from, because this is back when I actually listened to Kevin Smith stuff, his podcasts and whatnot. And I think he was talking about it with Ralph Garman or Jason Mewes or something like that. But yeah, so it was interesting to hear the full circle. But yeah.
Oh,
She'll be back.
right.
But it was something, and it started out. It was going to be. He called it like the True North trilogy, and it was going to be a trilogy of movies, and so it was Tusk, and then they were going to write what was called just Moose Jaws, and yeah, so that Moose Jaws has never made it to fruition, but it sounded like an interesting plot, another weird movie, but yeah,
Definitely a weird movie.
I thought it was fun seeing Kevin Smith's daughter and Johnny Depp's daughter in the scene. They're basically the clerks in the Canadian whatever convenience store. So it was like a passing of the torch, only they were clerks 2.0 and all that. So that was funny to me. But
my mind's still comprehending the weirdness of Tusk, because I'm like, like the part where they reveal him just sitting there in his massive nastiness.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, my eyeballs I can't take this scene. Like I was almost I don't get grossed out with movies, but that.
Yeah, that was definitely gross.
It's like super cringe or something. It's like, what the hell?
I thought his seams were gonna start ripping and he was gonna get all nasty, but he didn't. I was like, oh, okay. See, my mind always makes things worse. If something's nasty, I will make it 10 times worse. Like you'll get an infection and.
Well, and see, that's the thing.
The thing underwater where it's like the other guy underwater, that was pretty fun.
Yeah. So it was like, it's this dude who's a podcaster, and has this weird relationship with Haley Joel Osment, by the way. That is the I See Dead People from way back in the day, Sixth Sense. But yeah, that him all grown up, and he acts opposite of Justin Long, which if you've ever seen a Justin Long movie, Dodgeball, all that kind of stuff. He's very much that crass, obnoxious character. Well, more so than in Dodgeball. I gave that as a bad example, but I digress. But yeah, it starts about that, and then he goes to interview this guy who cut off one of his limbs with a sword or something like that, and it was like his misfortune, and they were basically doing this to sit around and make fun of him. Well, he gets on a plane and goes to Canada, and all that, and he's like, oh, dang it, wouldn't you know, the dude killed himself. Now how am I gonna fix this interview? And so it was he's like, how am I gonna salvage this? And he looks on this urinal wall where he has all these different things like posted and whatnot, like a bulletin board, and he grabs this guy and he's like, oh yeah, I'm not really interested in the room and board. This guy was saying, oh, I'm very lonely up here, very nice estate, and I just want to have a companion to, talk and tell stories to, because I've lived a long and adventurous life type stuff and all that. And he's like, oh, I'm not so interested in the room, but I'm interested in you. And he goes to talk to this dude. And, well, then all of a sudden one thing leads to another. And that was, probably a bad idea.
Yeah, dude like wakes up and he's missing a leg. He's like, what the hell's happening? He's like, you got bit by a spider. We had to amputate. What?
Right. It was absolutely insane.
The guy's like a infamous serial killer.
Apparently.
I was trying to understand why didn't he want to just get a real walrus? What was the point of the human part?
To get a real what?
Walrus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, why didn't he get a real walrus?
Well, I think he wanted the interaction, and plus it was something, it was like I don't know, kind of like a power dominance type thing. He wanted to shape him to his own liking, because, I don't know, it was a really messed up movie.
Really?
He ends up turning this dude, cuts off both his legs, makes him into tusks, sands them all down and all that. Makes him into tusks and has this suit that he puts Justin Long into.
It's like a skin suit too. Matter of fact,
but it's part of his body. It's his whole body.
Yeah, it's like pieces and parts from other people. I think he's killed, and he's
exactly,
like,
there was the face and stuff that we saw on there, and it was, so it's like he had pieced together
the walrus member that was on the mantle.
Right. That could have, been, well, I was expecting that, but it never ended up happening. He had a walrus wiener on his mantle, which it automatically should, ring some bells like, oh, this dude is not entirely sane. Why does he have a walrus wiener on his mantle? Well, yeah.
It was for posterity.
Right. He had a thing for walrus. Walrus, maybe. I don't know. Walruses. I can't even speak. But
then he tells him some story about how he gets stranded in the ocean and finds himself on an island, and the only thing he befriends is this walrus.
Yeah.
Yet he gets so hungry that he eats his friend the walrus, and while he's eating the walrus, he gets rescued. So it's like
the rescue boat comes up and finds him, and he's just like, oh, dang it, why'd I eat my best friend? And
Jesus.
So he's sitting there, digging in, chowing down, and yep, there comes the walrus, and or there comes the rescue, and he had to live with that. It must have been so difficult his entire life. And he goes on and talks. I will say this: the actor was whoever, I forget his name, but the actor who actually had some chops in this movie. Not saying that Justin Long doesn't have chops. He
or Johnny Depp.
Yeah, well, Johnny Depp too. He was an afterthought, but yeah, he is. He definitely had some chops. He knew how to at least deliver those lines. He delivered them very well, and it makes it believable. It draws you in. You're like, oh, okay, now what? And from the title of the movie, it's Tusk, and it's like, okay, well, how's this going to go wrong? He seems very charming, but he's like kind of also unstable, and and so it definitely pulls you in.
And
I think he did well on that.
Yeah, and this is like an experiment for him to where he's done many people this way.
Yes,
and
you
that's
come to find out after you meet Johnny Depp, and he says, we have a serial killer in Canada. I know it sounds impossible, but not all Canadians are nice, apparently, because this one, it kills people, and he's names over a number of people, at least like it was more than that. It was like 13, 14, 15-ish, maybe something like that, or it might have been even more. I don't remember at this point, but
all missing their limbs, their tongue, and had holes in their upper jaw where he had implanted their bones of the severed limbs into their face to make Tusk.
Yeah. It is very out there. But and I cannot say that Johnny Depp was hot in this, but I know there are people out there that will disagree with me, but in this one he is very much like an alcoholic. He's a Canadian, and he's like, okay, that's not, I said that wrong. I didn't mean that. But he's very much like alcoholic, kind of investigator who I just look at him and it's like, okay, you probably stink to high heaven, dude, between your alcohol and your poor hygiene and all that. You're like, okay. And I think he plays Guy Lapointe, something like that. And so it's just like, yeah, okay. Addie's, my mind just went to where Addie's anger turd drawing that was funny. Oh yes.
I mean, like Amber turd?
Amber turd, yeah. Most people say Johnny smells good. Well, that's also because he has a cologne or some. Yeah,
it was his character in the movie.
I'm talking about his character.
He even had like some of that special effect putty on his face to make him look all weird and old, and
he did not look like his normal Johnny
Like I kept thinking, like, is that really Johnny Depp? Really? Or is this just some dude that kind of looks like him? Like, but yeah, it was him.
No, yeah, I mean, he smoking all the time, and he's always has a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. He's and his cigarette's bouncing up and down, and it's just like, oh boy. Yeah, so that's cool. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I think in this case, but I don't know, like, what did you think?
I mean, I don't know. It was hard for me to even watch this piece of crap movie, dude. I'm telling you, it was crappy from start to finish. There was a few scenes that had some pretty funny comedy and little commentary to it.
Yeah.
But other than that, the main plot and parts of the movie that fulfilled the plot of the movie were just, it was hard to watch because it was so bad.
Yeah, I mean, there are certain parts, like, this is why I've seen this twice now. I saw it once a long time ago when it first came out, and then a second time just now, this past Monday. And I still don't know how I feel about it entirely, but yeah, so I don't really know how exactly I feel about it, but I did, like I said, I found it interesting in the fact that it because I was listening to the podcast at the time, I heard them talk about it, and I thought it was funny, the idea, the concept, and then to see the full thing come full circle and all that. So that for me was a little funny. But Addie, what did you think? I don't know if, yeah.
While we're waiting on one of the funniest parts, so they know they're closing in on this serial killer's location. It's the two friends of the guy that got turned into the walrus.
Yeah.
And Johnny Depp, the inspector guy, and they're like in the woods, and he has this little, it looks like a guitar case or something. He opens it up, and there's like 3 guns in there. And the 2 Americans are like terrified to take the guns. And he's like, what, are you not American? Like, what do you mean? You don't want the guns? It's like, no, I've never touched a gun. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
She's like, just take the freaking gun. You know, so he takes the gun and then he's like, I'll take the big one. Then he gets the shotgun. He's like, that part was really funny.
It was funny. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I definitely am interested to see how y'all rate this. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this up here. All right. And Addie, if you come back and you are ready to rate this, then let's hear it. Or Ghosty, you can start.
If it wasn't for the comedy, I'd give it a half. But because of the comedy, I give it a 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let me see. I give it at least a solid 3. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was pretty interesting. It's something that I might be like, yeah, watch this just to like, not to enjoy it, but just to be like, man, that's wacky.
Yeah.
You know, if I were to show, it would be the type of, would you give a movie a 3 if you'd be like, yeah, I'd show that to someone else.
Yeah. Okay.
It's usually one of my factors. Like, it'll get an extra star for like shareability, but I don't know of anybody that I would share this with that would come back
I got
and not be pissed. Like, you wasted 2 hours of my life on this crap.
Yeah,
What were you
I got
saying?
one friend that would probably think it was funny enough to watch because she's messed up like I am. But other than that one friend, that's why I'm only gonna give it a 3.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fair, and definitely recommend this to your one friend then. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone, but I'll be like, hey, if you want to see a messed up movie, you should check this movie out. But
Yeah, that's it. That's in those conversations where you're comparing like the worst movies you ever seen. Like, you want to see a bad one? I got one for you.
Yeah.
She's gonna do a clean tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'm later.
All right.
I hear that. But anyway, yeah, I guess I'm trying to think if there's any other situation, because I mean, I did find, and this is it's starting at flat 0, and this is me saying, okay, well, that part was funny, that part was interesting, and like I said, I found the concept, the full circle of it. That's why I think I'm safe to rate it at a 2. But it's not a 2 according to this scale. This is just an overall rating. Okay, so if I rate it on this,
It was soulless.
it wasn't soulless because I like I said, I had followed it through from start to finish. So yeah, I guess I'll have to do a 2.5. Mixed feelings, because like I said, I watched this movie. I've seen it twice now, and I still don't quite know how exactly I feel about it. But I just know I know to be conscious of the people I might recommend it to, and yeah, like I said, and then the one guy, the main bad guy, the antagonist, I did find his contribution interesting enough to be like, okay, that was the pull, that was interesting, as far as how they get into it. But yeah, for sure. But anyway, we'll go ahead and no worries. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. And yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the second movie. And you want to give a gist of this without giving too much away? Blow for blow?
So the gist of it is, it starts out with basically a fella that has gotten a loan of $1 billion from a bank, and he's kind of like a cartel boss or something, and he's just like, idiot, gave me $1 billion, I'm not paying you back, and there's nothing you can do to get it back. So they send this first team of folks in there, and this guy's like being all savvy, thinking he's like got the deal done, and the guy's gonna pay him back. Well, they just off him and all his people, and it's like, no, I'm not paying you back. Like, no, you can do nothing. And this cartel boss like owns this island, and he owns the police and all the politicians and everything. He basically runs the place.
Yeah.
And
I think it was actually his island. So.
Yeah, it was like literally his island. So anyway, but you know, he made it look legit with a government and a police force, and but they were just all his little his little army. And so then, hence here comes the team of recovery people with this really hot lady that's the lawyer, and then of course you got the two main characters, and one of them's Henry Cavill, and the other one is Jake Gyllenhaal.
Gyllenhaal, yeah. I almost
said,
Gyllenhaal.
And they have a team of, I don't know, it's about 8 or 10 people, and they're all like specialists in their own way. You know, your common
explosives.
Your common movie where it's like Johnny does explosives and Jim does computers and Bill does, he's the photograph specialist and whatnot. Anyway, but this team is, I mean, they're seasoned and they're pretty badass, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they go and basically run a gambit on this guy and recover the money. So but it's the way the movie turns out, the writing, the acting.
Yep. It's a Guy Ritchie film, of course. So I don't think I could ever say that there's been a bad Guy Ritchie movie, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't know them all offhand, but that's just me saying, hey, yeah, I like his stuff. So, but this was so good. And I mean, it's worth it to watch because Henry Cavill's in it. He alone is like one of my top favorite actors. And the lady in the movie, the female lawyer lady, she's not bad to look at either. So it's got two pretty looking people in there. So well, not saying Gyllenhaal isn't party, but I'm just saying, anyway.
Right.
Anyway, so dude, so they basically they attack him from two fronts. One, they go after his legal assets to take out all the legal parts and start filing motions to confiscate his boat, his yacht, his private plane, and all this stuff. And then they're also attacking him on a militaristic type front, with going to his island, setting up a base camp and all this stuff, and running drills to try to make sure they can get her out of the line of fire, should it come down to it.
She's definitely the mastermind behind the whole thing.
Yeah.
So
she flat out said that. We're doing it from this way.
Yeah, and she's the one that pays everybody because her stipulation to go get the money back is she gets a certain percentage of the recovery money, and it
was insane. And of course there's this she was in she was in the Amazon series, the Wheel of Time. She was the like water bender type looking lady. So she's sort of like the boss lady who lent the money out in the first place, and now is trying to get recovery on it. And of course, he didn't want to pay. But I loved this movie.
It was great.
And I will be thoroughly upset if they don't have a sequel.
Right.
Because I'll just be straightforward. Because, like, honestly, we were all on the edge of our seats, and every single one of us last night was just like, what?
It ended.
It ended.
No.
Like what? What? we fast forwarded through the credits to double check and make sure there was nothing left remaining to be said, nothing like that. And we're like, what? How could they just end it? And I immediately started Googling, like, is there going to be it in the gray too? You know, and it's just like, okay. So I don't want to say that they screwed the pooch and you know, they flat out say, okay, well, this person, if they turn state's evidence and blah, 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 they're going to end up doing this. She says flat out what will happen in the credit, like what's going to happen next.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
so
basically you get
like, oh, that's exactly how it's going to go.
Yeah, you assume that basically the blonde-headed chick, which was the banker lady, that was in on it with the guy.
Yeah.
And they caught her being in on it with the guy. So, but you never really get closure on that because the damn movie ends. She reaches for the big phone for the big boss, and she knows her ass is in trouble because they, you know, she's thinking like, yes, they killed him, and I don't ever have to. But they didn't kill him. They kept him alive in this container for all this time, and basically told him like, look, it's you or them. You know what you gonna do? You have nothing now. We've shown you we can get you no matter where you are, even on your own private island. We can still get you. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
and it was really because they done their job, they done it well, and then the bank still wouldn't pay them.
Yeah.
After they were like, look, I got you your $1 billion back, and you know you owe me 10%.
Yeah,
and
all they wanted was 10% of $1 billion.
Yeah, I mean, she originally wanted 20, but she, you know, they talked back and forth, and she got 10.
Yeah,
you know, so she had to fight for the 10%. And then after she recovered it, done all the things, they wouldn't pay it. So then the two guys take it personal when the guy that paid the money kidnaps the chick that got the money back.
Right.
I mean, they find her like in the middle of the desert. She's out there with like this. Literally, like it's, you know, like it's something out of a movie where you're like in the middle of the desert with this little tent and cool stuff.
It very much looked exactly like how Parabellum ended. John Wick Parabellum ended. It's very much like just open desert, like everywhere. Yep. They just have a tent set up with this chest of drawers type thing, and like. In Parabellum, they walk up and he, you know, cauterizes his wound and stuff like that, and they go about his business. And this is just like, oh well, she's alone out there, and they have to go get her back.
They go get her and kidnap her because they now want their money back. But she's like, what do you mean? They won't even pay me. Yeah, like, they don't care if you kill me. Like, are you serious? Like, you're kind of. You know,
and by they talking about the crime boss guy,
the crime boss that owns the island. Yeah, he went and found her.
Not Henry Cavill and not Jake Gyllenhaal.
No, and luckily that Henry Cavill had given her a watch with a button on it to where if she ever got in trouble anyway, she could push this button and he'd locate her anywhere in the world. Well, during the movie, they went through to the point to where even getting locked up on purpose. To get put into jail so they could figure out how to break out of the jail if any of their people ever got put in his jail.
Yeah.
So, and they never did, but then at the end, they capture her, bring her back to the island, and put her in the jail. And they want their money too. So without her, they get no money.
Yep.
So it's a great movie, great writing, fantastic acting. You know, there's nothing even moderately woke or anything like that, like not even close. It was all like suspense and thrill and action. I mean, complete action movie. Some of the scenes where they, you know, it's just like you can tell it's like they're deeply plotting in their head with this, you know, 1,000 scenarios at once, and they just nobody's really a match for them because they got it all figured out.
Well, and that's the thing. Like they showed them doing the drills to figure out the escape plan, and they had to get it down within a certain time, and they had this whole thing figured out, and it showed them doing the drills and figuring all this stuff out So that way there's no like, oh, well, they'll just figure it out, you know, and leave it open. And that was like going to be like my one thing that I was going to say that I didn't like was that she pretty much laid out their whole plan ahead of time. And I was thinking like, man, if that's how everything's going to go, then it kind of takes the excitement out of the movie. But that was the exact opposite, because it showed the nitty gritty, that the time they put into, the effort they put in, all that kind of stuff into making it perfect. So that way it was like a smooth run machine. As far as, you know, boom. Oh, this route isn't working. Oh, we got to go to this one. Oh, this route's not working. We got to go to this plan. And so it was just like, it was magnificent.
Yep. They literally had 5 ways of escaping this island. Yeah. You know, and so they stayed there for months and months and months and trained and studied the routes and studied the patterns of the police and just every little bitty thing. You know, they had it down pat, and they end up getting off the island without a hitch, but then have to even go back to the island and get her again, and all the crap that they had laid out was still in place so they could get away again. Yeah. That's how good they planned it. Yeah. Which is freaking amazing.
Fantastic. So I don't think there's any point in wasting any other thought. Like, I thought it was phenomenal. I loved this movie.
Yep, it was fantastic.
It is definitely one that I will be buying, saving. Like, it's gonna go on my shelf. You know, that's how much I enjoyed this movie. Yeah. I'm guessing it's something like that for you too.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm rating it up there 4.5. It's probably not my favorite movie I ever saw. Maybe not a masterpiece, but definitely exceptional, well-crafted work of art. Reaching and transformative, because as far as shareability, likability, rewatchability, it ticks all the boxes. Every one.
I mean, for sure. I'm ready to go watch this movie again, just talking about it.
Because I know I missed a couple of nitpicky cool things that were key to the plot, because there was so much in there, and I was just glued to the screen. But, you know, it's movies like that, always the second and third time you watch them, it really sinks in how really good it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. And so, like I said, I'm ready to go watch it again. And I love this movie. I too, thinking it's going to be 4.5, because according to my scale, like for me, like it's like Man of Steel, Last Samurai, you know, other things like that. Like Princess Bride was another movie that I rated up at 5. So I'm going to say 4.5, but it very well could teeter into the 5. It has potential to reach 5 in that perfect movie score, in my opinion. Just because it was so freaking good. So good.
Then if they actually do a sequel, and if they keep it, you know, within that same vein with the Guy Ritchie writing and the good actors, it may be one of the greatest couple of movies I've ever watched. You know, because it is really, really good stuff. You know, I don't know if it's really up there really with some of the, you know, super movies like, you know, Lord of the Rings or whatnot, but that's a whole different
that's
ball
almost
game
like
in
a different
itself.
Genre.
Like you got to spend a week just to figure that one out. You know, this one within an evening, you could probably watch both movies and just be blown away, and you could talk about it for the next week about how cool it was.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, it is what it is. I really enjoyed this movie. I highly recommend that you go see it if you or buy it, or whatever means you have in your power to rent, buy, just do it. It's not, I'm not steering you wrong here. It's a really good movie.
Yep, it is.
I mean, I cannot think of a single bad thing to say about
and you know,
movie.
it had it all, dude, too. It had the great action, the great act. It had some of the best commentary how Henry Cavill and Jake Gyllenhaal were definitely not gay, but they kept referencing and acting in front of people like they were in order to like play a role.
Well, I wouldn't
Or,
even
like,
say that.
fool people.
There's jesting, like joking around. Because
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
just like
I
guys
think
being
every
guys
guy
type of thing. Right,
has
right,
that
right.
one friend that's just like, oh yeah, well, hey, I
Yeah.
still belong to you, you know. Like
Yeah.
they're always
And like
joking
he's
around stuff
he's
like that.
explaining the weapons, and he was like, "These are the mini butt plugs. These are the giant butt plugs." You know, and they're like huge rockets and shit. You know, like it's just hilarious. You know, like
Oh man, and that's one thing in the top right hand corner as he's going in through and breaking down all the things they have. We have this, we have that, we have this. It's lists what it actually is up in the top left hand corner.
Yeah.
I said right, but I'm top left hand corner. I'm looking at it and it's like, oh, it actually means this. Oh, that's funny. That's
right. Yeah.
and so I was laughing pretty much throughout the movie, and of course we weren't like, the only time we were laughing was like, oh, haha, that's funny, but it's like in that instance we didn't want to say anything because we might have missed something else, you know, because they were just rolling with like how their comebacks and stuff like that.
The quip,
bouncing
it was
off
like
each other.
super quippy to where they
Yeah.
just like had it just boom, 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 boom with jokes and stuff, and then literally within the next 15 seconds, he like raises his gun and toot toot hits two guys like square right in the forehead, and he's like, "Damn it, we almost, you know, they almost seen us," you know, and it just like la di da, next,
Yeah.
it was nuts, so cool.
It was probably one of the best movies I've seen in a long while. And I
agree
feel
with
like I've
that.
seen some decent movies recently. I mean, we talk about 2 every week, and I still cannot think of a movie that has come close to the amount of enjoyment that I got out of that movie.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that because I mean, I think we were both just like jaw dropped when the movie ended. Like, no way! Yeah, I'm just like, you know, I'm making more popcorn. Like, damn, that was great.
Yeah, it was great.
So-
I loved it. I just, I don't know, man. It was something else. It was definitely a special movie, and definitely worth your while, I think.
Loved it. Highly recommend it. In the Gray, ladies and gentlemen. It's a very good
Into
movie.
the Gray, yeah, and be watching for a sequel to that because I'm desperately hope. Now, if you Google it, it spouts something around one of the top few things that it's a sequel to it's a spiritual sequel to The Man from Uncle, UNCLE. But I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen that, and I don't know if it.
Well, now I'm wanting to
technically
go
is.
back and watch it because I've never seen the Uncle one. So now I
Yeah.
want to see that just to see if there's any correlation and if there is, what is it? You know?
Yeah, like are the characters the same name, or is it similar in that aspect, or is it just in?
Or does it maybe give you the context on the banker guy, the head banker guy, or maybe
Right.
the how the mafia boss guy gets so rich or something? I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
it does.
I don't think it's a direct sequel or anything like that. I think it's just a standalone film, but that's why it's like, I think it's just, you know, spiritual in the sense that they act similar in similar ways. But I think the one said it's basically they cast it with Jake Gyllenhaal as opposed to Armie Hammer, right? Because I think they mentioned Armie Hammer because he has pretty much left Hollywood. So, but yeah, I don't know.
I mean, from what I read about it, it said the fans are almost like demanding a sequel, but the reason they weren't even considering it is because supposedly in the box office it like flopped, but it still made like $25 million.
Yeah, I
which
think
to
that's
me,
just,
I don't know. I mean, but I guess
how movies are.
once you get, you know, a cast like that, you're going to spend big money like that to make these movies, and in hopes of getting the fans to want sequels and things like that, you know, because a lot of these movies that are fantastic, their first or second, you know, try was crappy, and then eventually they developed this super following, and then they can sell like, you know, merch and things, you know, whatnot. So
Yeah.
I don't know, it's good stuff.
And that's the thing of it. Like, I feel like it's just how the industry works nowadays. Like they were saying that He-Man was a flop, and it's like, well, I just saw this past week that it's crossed 100 billion at the box office, international box office, and it's like that's hardly a number to sneeze at.
Yeah,
I
right.
wouldn't say it's a flop. I enjoyed the movie, and I enjoyed Mando and Grogu.
I thought it was great.
Those were two movies that came out like back to back one weekend, and then I think it took a week off, and then the next weekend was Masters of the Universe. And it's just like, I thought they both were great movies, and I'm looking forward to owning them forever and ever to come, both of them. And
one of the best to me, not to derail it, but in He-Man, the best part was where the old He-Man is in there like lecturing the new He-Man on how to be a good man or something. It's like a stab at the PSA with the old He-Man, and I was like, what the, and if you weren't a He-Man fan, you wouldn't even have got that part at all.
Right.
Like, who the hell is this guy? Well, that's the original He-Man.
Yeah,
literally, that's the guy.
That's Dolph Lundgren. I don't know.
He's doing the PSA to the guy in the middle of the movie. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just like, oh, well, I think you need to do this.
Yeah, you always say no to strangers, right? Like that. Like, great. It was great.
It was funny, and I appreciated the official from the new He-Man, Nick Galantine, the PSA aspect, and how they're all laughing and joking at the end of the movie. It's just like, this is perfection.
Yeah, thank God.
So good.
Thank God they wised up and started actually making good stuff again.
Yeah, for sure. And it's one of those things. Like, I know I've been a Masters of the Universe fan pretty much my whole life.
Yeah, me too.
And it was like I collected the toys, and fortunately, when I was growing up, it was hard to find those toys.
Yes.
You couldn't just go out and find them. You couldn't buy them in a store. I had to, like, my mom and dad, they would find them at like secondhand stores, and not like thrift shops, but consignment shops. That's what they used to call them. And they would buy those toys. They would buy me the Thundercats toys and the He-Man toys, and it's just like those are two of my biggest influences in especially the channel and the everything. So it's like, I loved it. That and He-Man, Thundercats, Star Wars. Those are the three main things that I was obsessed with. So
yeah, G.I. Joe was one of mine. I was He-Man, G.I. Joe, Thundercats.
Yep.
Then Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
So
that's another one. Yep.
And
G.I. Joes and Ninja Turtles too.
Orko toys are still extremely hard to find. Especially anything with like original packaging or anything like that. They're you can find some here and there, but they want a lot of money for them things, man. You can't just probably making new toys now, but I'm talking about like the original ones, the old school ones. And you could only get Orko if you bought the like great big, the entire Castle Grayskull, and it came with a little Orko character, and that's the only way you could get that Jugger. So
they sold it separately, because that was one that I got on my own. That was I got Lion-O and Orko were the two on card figures that I got. But I think they have the new Orko on MattelCreations.com. I'm looking to see if it's still up, but
because like, even though he had a very, very small role in the movie, the kids, according to my daughter, they're, that's one of their favorite characters in the whole movie. Yeah, is the Orko, just because of the way he sounds, the way he looks. He's kind of, and I was like, well, that's the way I was when I was your age, Orko was the man, He's always the goofy one that accidentally saved the day,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so it is on, let me see, I'll share the screen. I'll go to here and then share, and then, come back. Where'd it go? I will pop this up on the screen. So right here, They have this
Cool.
Orko, and it's the new Orko. He's got this little stand and a magical wand and all this stuff. You can still buy him, $25.
It's not bad.
And this is the new Orko with the new line, the new line of merch that they have. So yeah, it goes with
Yeah,
this.
I want to see that one. Yeah, the He-Man one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. He's still available. Ships September 8th, I think it said. So yeah. I would love to get one of these days. But yeah. Love this movie. Definitely worth your while.
Yep.
For sure.
A lot better than Backrooms. Good Lord, what a terrible. Jeez, I still just don't like that.
So bitter over it.
So bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely.
I had the same feeling about it as that old Salem witch trial movie or whatever it was. Where what was it? The one where they're just it's kind of half
Blair
black
Witch.
and white. Blair Witch, that's it. And they're walking through the woods with like crappy phones, and it's blurry half the time, and you have no idea what's going on. And yeah, it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
And then when you do meet the bad guy, it's like, what? That's it?
And
Oh
I
God!
I enjoy found footage films, but yeah, that was I can understand why you would be frustrated that if you weren't expecting the found footage.
I had no background on it to figure out later that this is a big internet thing, and then I even go back and watch all the internet, and I'm like, well, actually, that makes it a little better.
Yeah,
but it still sucks.
Yeah,
it's like still like a waste of time. I wasted my life when I watched that. That just had no, no lasting effect except for when people bring it up. I'm like, oh, that piece of crap. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so talking about movies for next week, there's a couple movies that I've been interested to see. Have you seen Greenland? No.
Oh, yes, I have seen the Greenland movies, but the second one I seen it, but I was like doing something while I was kind of watching it, so I didn't really like sit there and look right at it.
Okay.
So I've kind of sort of seen it.
Yeah.
There's two of them, and I think the second one they say is better than the first one. So.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, it's Gerard Butler. He's also one of my favorite actors. He's really good in pretty much everything I've ever seen him in. But so there's that one, and I'm interested in watching those movies. So we would watch one on Monday, the other one on Thursday. But the other one I was thinking, it's called Sisu, Sisu, and that has really I don't know, a gritty actiony type movie. Let's see, that's Sisu, the first one. So this says during the last desperate days of World War II, a solitary prospector, Jorma Tormilla, crosses the paths with Nazi scorched earth retreat in northern Finland. And then so there's that one. Then the second one just came out. Okay. So this says in Sisu, when the Nazis steal his gold, a solitary prospector becomes a one-man death squad and goes to outrageous lengths to get his gold back. So that sounds interesting.
It does. It looks interesting. Rotten Tomatoes loved it.
Yeah, well, I can't even say that I trust them anymore, but with how they absolutely bashed the two movies that I actually really liked. So, but yeah, so there's those two, or the Greenland movies, which of course, I just said his name. Why the heck can I not remember?
Gerard Butler?
Yeah, Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
So, and both of those movies. So either one, which one sounds good to you?
I'm looking at this Sisu. This looks interesting,
Okay.
and I've never even heard of it. So I lean towards that. The Greenland ones, I've seen that first movie all the way through. Really good.
Yeah.
Good watch. The second one I've watched at it, so not really seen it. But
you've you've looked at it.
yeah, well, it was playing. I
Yeah.
was watching somebody streaming there, and I go, "Oh, it's a movie," and we're gonna watch this new Greenland, and it was kind of like ironic because they had already set it up to watch it, and then like Trump was talking about buying Greenland or something, so it was kind of ironic how the timing of it was. But
Yeah.
when they played the movie, I was like I think I was like cooking or something, so I was up and down like checking and stirring and things, So anyway,
Yeah.
the Sisu, it's even the little description. It says Sisu is a Finnish concept, roughly translated as stoic determination, grit, bravery, and resilience in the face of extreme adversity.
It has the dude from Avatar, the main military guy, dude.
It's derived from the word for guts or entrails. It represents an extraordinary psychological capacity to push beyond mental or physical limits when success seems unlikely. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds cool. Well, that's what the word Sisu means. Pretty cool.
Interesting. So his name is Jorma Tamila. Tamila? However you say it. Is it? Let's see. It's languages English and Finnish. So I wondered if it was something we can actually see without subtitles. So I'll have to look into that. But let's see. So requires add-on. So yeah, these are looks like they're both on Prime. So definitely doable to watch. So let's plan on those for next week.
Cool.
And because I don't know, after that movie, I'm like, I'm really wanting action. Let's watch more action stuff. Yeah. So I don't know. That's what I'm in the mood for.
Cool.
And let's plan on that. And yeah. Anything else to say?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, we got
Hope
stuff.
y'all have a great weekend. And be
We
kind.
got stuff, programs throughout the night and weekend, and even into next Monday, Tuesday, all that good stuff. So
go to dmeg.tv, get all your madness merch and show times, and get you a shirt and a mug and a sticker or 3.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And as far as our podcast, let's just say we'll wrap it up and say Thunder Nerds ho.
Hey.